What's up everyone and welcome to today's video. As you may see, we have some codes on the screen. As you know, we are in the Magic the Gathering Creator Program, and sometimes when we complete a challenge we get some individual card reward codes to distribute to the community watching the content on this particular channel. I believe these codes are just for uncommon cards, so nothing too great, but if you're a new player this might come quite in handy to build your collection with some uncommon cards, so feel free to snatch as many as you like from the list given here if you want to. But if you do take a code, please let me know down below which code you took, and yeah, that's pretty much all. So what are we playing today? We are going to play some goblins. As some of you may know, yesterday I was streaming a bit and I've been playing a mono red goblin deck, and one of the things that I felt that particular deck was missing was Call of the Death Dweller, because I mentioned there as well that Call of the Death Dweller can combo really nicely with Goblin Chainwhirler, functioning kind of like a board wipe. In fact, let me change this list a little bit, and maybe I should increase this to 3 and reduce one of these Gempalm Incinerators, because I just feel Call of the Death Dweller is just too good. I did cut the number of Muxus in the deck down to 2, and I compared my list with some other of the top Goblin tier decks out there, and I would assume that this is probably one of the more balanced lists for a best of 3 setting, but will also function really nicely in best of 1. Of course, since I want to have a large variety of opponents in my videos, I will be playing this particular deck in a best of 1 gameplay setting. So yeah, for those of you that are not really aware what goblins do, they swarm the board and they swarm quickly, very quickly. You have Goblin Ringleader to refill your hand. Muxus himself can put goblins onto the field from the top 6 cards of your library, and there's a very cute combo in this particular deck now that we have Krenko Mobbers, which is that if you have a Goblin Chieftain or a Goblin Warchief, what these two do is that they give your other goblins haste. So when you put a Krenko down with one of these on the field, Krenko will have haste, so when you tap the Krenko, it will instantly generate a bunch of goblin tokens, 1/1s, or in case of the Goblin Chieftain, they will become 2/2s. And this is very useful because by generating all these tokens, they also straight away have haste, and you can just keep on attacking in with your tokens, and every turn you can tap your Krenko to pretty much keep on doubling your number of goblins you control. And since we have so many goblins in this particular deck, there's a lot of them. Anyways, let's just jump into some footage. If you have not subscribed to the channel yet, I would really appreciate it if you hit that red subscribe button, because we are trying to get to 1000 subs as soon as possible. For those of you that have never created content on YouTube before, YouTube has this weird system that if you do not have 1000 subs on your channel, they will not give you any revenue for people watching your videos, and they will only start giving that to you once you reach 1000. So even though I've been posting videos every single day for the past 3 or 4 months now, YouTube doesn't pay me anything right now. So if you could hit that subscribe button to help me get to the 1000 subs soon, I would really appreciate it, because that way I will be able to generate some income. Because at this moment of time, my income source is very low. It's under $20 per month right now. Thankfully, we got around $20 now because of Patreon, but if I didn't have that, my income source would be 0. So if you would be so kind as to hit that subscribe button, then it would be a huge help to me financially in the long run. And with that said, let's just jump into some footage and let's see how this deck is gonna function. I haven't actually tried the inclusion of the Call of the Death Dweller, but if I feel that the deck has become weaker with the inclusion of this, I will just go back to the old build that I played on the channel yesterday, and I might switch some things around halfway through the video, but we'll see. Let's just go have some fun, and yeah, it's goblin time. Alright, and here we go, and our first opponent is Hildy. Let's see what Hildy is playing, and we are playing a Goblin aggro deck. I'm really excited for this. Goblins might very well have become one of my favorite decks in the format right now. I want to make a little bit of a joke. Like, you remember in the old days of Magic there was this dual deck called Elf versus Goblins? It kind of feels like that right now, doesn't it? Because so many people are either playing Goblins and a lot of people are playing the Elf deck as well that I featured on the channel a few days ago. But it's just a good deck. Let's see, I just mentioned it, and the first thing we see is that the opponent is indeed playing a Goblin deck, as we kind of expected. But let's put the Conspicuous Snoop down, and unfortunately we are missing a land drop next turn. Oh, it's not a Goblin deck, I was mistaken. It was just a single Fanatical Firebrand. That's not too bad, but we put the Conspicuous Snoop down. The good thing about the Snoop is that because you can play these cheap goblins from the top of your deck, it's quite easy to find your lands. So that's quite nice. I might want to try these in a deck that runs mostly one-drop goblins, but I'm not sure if there are enough of them in the format right now to really make it viable. The opponent is attacking in, and they did get rid of our land at the top there. I will gladly trade with that Robber of the Rich. They tried screwing us over with the lands, and it didn't really work out for them that well. This is good, because look, this is what I mean. Call of the Death Dweller English difficult is such a good card that because you can put these two down, you can put Death Touch on this one, for example, and the Menace on this, and watch this, like, because when you sacrifice this, this can deal 1 damage, this has Death Touch, and you can simply get rid of your big opponent's creatures. And this is something a lot of people seem to underestimate, and I see lots of people playing the mono red Goblin deck, but I just feel this thing is just too good in combination with something like this, and this maybe a must-have, especially since there are so many creature-heavy decks in the format right now. But okay, let's see what the opponent is playing next. They are playing another Robber of the Rich. I will again trade very gladly with them. And we have a nice Goblin Chainwhirler at the top. So let's put the Chainwhirler down and go with this. I could sacrifice this one to play the Skirk Prospector off the top there, but I'm not sure if that's the right thing to do. So instead, let's just attack in with the Conspicuous Snoop and let them take that trade. And now we are kind of ahead because they have 1 card in hand. We don't know what they have, but it doesn't look good for them. It really doesn't. So let's put the Chieftain down, so whatever we put down later on has haste. And attack in with both of these. Got them down to 8, and I think we won the game here. But let's see. Another land. Should I go with this? Maybe not. Let's put the Conspicuous Snoop down first. There's another Snoop. Let's put Conspicuous Snoop down again. And attack in with everything. The opponent has to block here, unfortunately for them. And they decide to scoop it. I can't blame them. We were really far ahead, and we still had plenty of fuel in our hand right there. Like you can see, I really love this deck, and I really like the way that I've modified it currently. I don't know. I keep talking about, but recently I bought into Goblins in Modern, and I've been having a lot of fun brewing with the deck in Modern as well. But this is kind of making me wish that we had stuff like the Muxus and Krenko mob boss. And well, the Muxus especially in Pioneer, so that we could play around with it in that format. But I guess that's not gonna happen anytime soon. And let's see, we're up against Japan. A 1-lander. I cannot keep that, unfortunately. Would have been great with all these Chainwhirlers. If it was a 2-lander, I would have kept it. But let's see, this looks okay. Let's keep that. I kind of want both of these. The Goblin Matron is also really nice, right? Let's drop one of these, because this allows us to fetch a Muxus from the sideboard. Not from the sideboard, from the main deck. Let's see, Bajuka Bug, that's not too scary. Let's put the Goblin Instigators down. And let's attack in with the Skirk Prospector. Does it? Nah, let's not sacrifice anything here. I hope I can find a land next turn so I can put the Goblin Chieftain down, but if we don't, it's not too big of a deal. The deck is very... Okay, there is a land, so let's go with this and... I could even do this, right? Let's go with the Goblin Chieftain first, because that gives everything +1/+1. There's a high chance that the Chieftain gets removed there, but let's give it a try. It did not remove it. Okay then. Do I sacrifice stuff for the Goblin Matron though? Probably not. So next turn I can put the Matron down and fetch the Muxus from the deck. Okay, Elvish Rejuvenator, that kind of gives us an extra turn, which is quite decent. And a land, that's nice, that's nice. I think the play that I want to do here is, yeah, let's take that action. I think I want to go for a Krenko mob boss here, because what that allows me to do is to spam the board quite a bit. I do need to sacrifice a few goblins here, but I think it will be worth it. So let's sacrifice this one and this one. We have 4 mana now. We put the Krenko down and let's activate the ability. We get a bunch of tokens now, and this will keep on doubling each turn. We're still super vulnerable to a board wipe, of course, but, well, what can you do, right? End the turn there. Maybe considering that we sacrificed so many things with the Krenko, it maybe wouldn't have been worth it. But the opponent decides to scoop and, well, we made the right choice after all then, didn't we? Let's see what's next. Let's go to the next game. Alright, we're up against opponent number 3, Maldera. By the way, one of the challenges requires me to play some Brawl, and what the challenge reads is that the community should choose a commander that I should build a deck around in Brawl. So if you have any idea or any particular deck you would like to see in Brawl, please let me know. I do want to start featuring some Brawl content on the channel. I haven't really featured any, I believe. Very little at least. I can't remember. Did I made a Brawl video before? But yeah, it doesn't matter. If you want to see some Brawl, please let me know down below which particular deck you would like to see, and I will have a look and see if I can play around it. Do I sacrifice my goblins here for the Chieftain? Maybe I should have sacrificed the Skirk Prospector to put the Goblin Warchief down. That was a bit of a mistake there, but... oh well, at least I can keep the Skirk Prospector for future plays, and the opponent is going for Explore. Nice, 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 nice. So this is kind of like a growth spiral, except you don't need blue for it then. Field of the Dead. Alright, so here we go. There's a land, and let's put the Warchief number 1 down. And I could sacrifice these two to fetch a Muxus from the sideboard. Probably a good idea, so... let's attack in with everything first. And sacrifice this one. Sacrifice this goblin, put the Matron onto the field. Yeah, take that action, and let's grab a... well, we have 2 options, either the Muxus or the Krenko. I think the Muxus is the more fun play here, so let's go with that one. The Muxus does cost 5, so we will have to sacrifice both the Skirk Prospector and the Goblin Matron to it, but I think it will be worth it. Let's see, they put the Hydrid Crassus down for 2, that's quite decent. I could cycle here and get rid of that thing, but actually I cannot. I will not have enough goblins on the field. Perfect, we have another land, so the Muxus will be a bit cheaper now then. Let's activate this and sacrifice the Goblin Matron over there. We have 5 lands now, and now the Muxus comes down onto the field. And we found a lot of goblins, and we even got the Krenko there, and we refilled our hand. Let's activate the Krenko, and I think by sacrificing 2 of these, I can put those Goblin Chieftains down. Let's go for that. Let's put 1 Goblin Chieftain down, and let's go for a second one just for the flavor and attack in with everything. There we go, another Chieftain, and let's go for the Goblin Chainwhirler as well. Sacrifice this one. I know I'm kind of showing off, but just look at the massive amounts of plays that you can pull off with a deck like this, and now we attack in with everything. We have a 15-15 Muxus right there, and we just go in for the win. So far, look at that, 33 damage under the life limit. So far, we have won 3 games in a row, which is quite nice, isn't it? We are at tier 2. I haven't been really trying to rank up, as most of you know, since I already got the Mythic Qualifier invite on my account, so getting to Mythic is not really important. I'm just trying to have fun for the time being and stay away from the super overly competitive, stressful decks. But yeah, we made it to tier 2 with goblins all the way from tier 4 yesterday, I believe. And let's keep going a bit. Alright, and we're up against the next opponent, opponent number 4, I believe. So let's see, we have a decent hand. If we can get another land, it will be good, but I think if I put the Conspicuous Snoop down, then I might be able to snatch some things off the top of my deck on turn 3 to ensure that we get a land. Let's keep this, and a bit of a shame we miss a 1-drop here, but maybe we will draw into one. We did not draw into it, but we did find the land that we needed, so I'm quite happy about that. That means that the Goblin Warchief can come down pretty soon. Let's put the Snoop onto the field. And we have a Krenko coming in soon. That will be fun. That's gonna be a lot of fun, actually. We're up against Gruul, so we do need to be a little bit careful, I'm afraid. And we will have another land coming down pretty soon, so I think what I will do... what should I... Actually, no. I think I need to play the Goblin Warchief here, because this gives everything -1 cost. And that will allow me to next turn play the Goblin Instigator first. And then play the Krenko mob boss and tap it to generate a whole bunch of tokens on the battlefield. The opponent's likely going to attack in with the Questing Beast as well here. If they don't play anything on turn 1 and turn 2, usually that means they have a Questing Beast. Yeah, there we go, there's the Questing Beast, so we cannot really block that. But it's fine, it's fine. Next turn there could be a... What is dangerous here? We could see an Embercleave, so we do need to block a bit. Probably that Goblin Spellbreaker here, but let's put the Goblin Instigator down first. That puts another body on the field. Maybe I should even cycle this and get rid of the Questing Beast. Now let's wait a bit. We are not that to an Embercleave yet, and I think this is probably the better play right here. No attacks just yet. I want to finish them off in a single turn. We might be able to do it next turn if we can survive here. So, that's sad. That's a bit sad. So, at least they cannot Ember Cleave here, but that does put us down quite a bit right there. So, let's see what's the best course of action right here. Let's go with this goblin and this one. And do we win here? I think if I cycle this... Yeah, let's get rid of the Questing Beast, take that action. So Questing Beast takes a boatload of damage, and do we have enough to win here? I'm not sure, but 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, we should have lethal here, right? We should have exactly lethal, in fact, so they get rid of the Conspicuous Snoop, but that should put them at -1. Yeah, there we go. So we won that game as well against Gruul aggro, which is quite an achievement, I would have to say. A bit of a shame that the Krenko got sniped there. If we had the Krenko there as well, we would have been able to build an even more impressive board state in that particular turn. But it's fine, it's fine. We won there, and let's go on to another game. Alright, unfortunately I had a bit of a loss streak against a bunch of mono red decks, so now we are back in tier 3, I'm afraid. But no matter, I will keep on going. Go for the Death Dweller with nothing to really bring back. I will keep it anyways because of the Conspicuous Snoop right there. It would be nice if we had a 1-drop as well, unfortunately that's not the case. But let's see, we do have a card draw in the shape of Gempalm Incinerator, so maybe it'll work out. Conspicuous Snoop and another Call of the Death Dweller. Okay, so we are going to miss a land drop. That's not very great. But maybe I can draw into it with Gempalm Incinerator, so it's not a lost cause just yet. I'm hoping a Wily Goblin. I can kill that with the Gempalm. And there is a land actually, so let's cycle this and get rid of that Wily Goblin. I also just learned that Gempalm Incinerator says that X is the number of goblins on the battlefield and not just the number of goblins that you control, so... That's something janky that you do need to keep in mind when playing this deck, that you can go off with this thing if you're up against an opposing goblin deck, because you can destroy the big goblins quite easily if they swarm the field. So next turn I will likely put the Goblin Warchief down first, so I can reduce the cost of my other goblins. Here's a Goblin Matron. Let's see what they fetch from the deck. They get a Skirk Prospector, and we did not find a land again. But we did find a Krenko mob boss, which will be... Oh yeah, Krenko is an activated ability. Well, let's go with that then. Let's do it. Let's put all of the goblins onto the field. So... we get a lot of Krenko activations now, because next time we can put this Krenko down and we can go absolutely insane. Just watch this, just watch this. And a Muxus as well. I wish I had a Skirk Prospector. I really wish I did. But unfortunately we do not, so let's put Krenko Mob Boss onto the field as well and tap this one. Generate even more goblin tokens and attack in with everything. Cut them down to 3 and we should be winning next turn unless they can somehow jank us out and win in this particular turn. Okay, so finally a win again. We had, how many losses did I have earlier? Like 4 or 5 in a row after that, even though we had a win streak in the beginning, as you can remember, but things just didn't work out. I just ended up against mono red every single time, and then you have to go second, and well, You know how that goes, right? When you're playing an aggro deck against another aggro deck and you have to go second, it's pretty much a death sentence right there. But let's see, we won this one, and I want to play more of this. Let's play another game. So what do you think? Are you liking goblins as much as I am? Because I'm absolutely loving this. Maybe I can even make it a regular deck that returns to the channel once in a while to play it on here. But let me know if you would like to see that. Oh, this hand. This hand is so good if you bring this back with the Call of the Death Dweller, right? Oh, I'm gonna keep it. I know it's such a bad hand, but I want to play this with these two. Let's go with Dragonskull Summit. Please let me find a mountain on top or something. There's an elves and a Goblin Chainwhirler. Now I want to have that mountain even more, but before we go off, let's go ahead and remove that Llanowar elves right there, because we do not want to see an Archdruid coming down next turn. I think this is a perfect last game for the day. Elves against goblins seems like a really fun game plan, so let's see. Please, that we didn't get a land. It's fine, it's fine. We will get there. We will get there. So let's put this down, and next time we can Skirk Prospector, and there's a Rata. That's not too bad. Okay, so this is not an Elves deck. This is just a generic Gruul deck. A bit disappointed, you know. Like I was quite happy facing some Elves, but we didn't get to see it. Let's activate this, get rid of that. And at least we get to do our big play that I keep on talking about with the Goblin Chainwhirler, bringing it back with the Call of the Death Dweller. See what the opponent's gonna do, and I think I kind of have them in a very bad position. Because, yeah, let's even deny them that. Let's sacrifice the Goblin Chainwhirler, resolve that. I really need a land now, so please, deck, don't do that to me. Oh, deck. Deck, why do you need to do that? Oh, wait, let's cancel, let's attack in here for 1 damage. Yeah, 1 damage there, and sacrifice that. Oh, so sad that we need to do it like this. Maybe this is the better play right here, since we have a Skirk Prospector. Death Touch here, Menace here, and let's sacrifice this one to get rid of the Rata right away. So the Rata is dead, and next time we can Skirk Prospector to reduce the cost of all the goblins even more. There is a land finally, so let's go with the Goblin Warchief then. Second with everything, there is a slight chance of a board wipe, like a Flame Sweep or something like that. A Stump, not too shabby either, that's fine. But I'm fine. If they want to play more creatures, we have another Call of the Death Dweller to bring that Goblin Chainwhirler back pretty soon. And a -2 the Garruk. I think it's Chainwhirler time. Yeah, should I go with this? Let's just Chainwhirler and yeah, submit 1. So Chainwhirler deals damage to everything, and we can still attack the Garruk. Yeah, damn right, that's nice. Damn right, that's nice. Goblins are amazing, sir. Drop this rule nonsense and embrace the goblins. That's a bit, yeah, that's not great, right? But let's go with this. And mean, do I attack in here with everything or not? I could sacrifice these two. I should probably do that, so let's sacrifice that one. And sacrifice that one, so we have 3 mana. Then we can put the Goblin Ringleader down, refill the hand a bit. Nice, nice, super nice. I could sacrifice these 3 and go with the Krenko plan. But I think I will go with the Goblin Chainwhirler instead. I'm not that to a Embercleave just yet, so let's go with this. And end the turn for the time being. Krenko will have haste next turn, so I can produce an absolute ton of tokens. They are gonna Embercleave, of course. I'm not gonna block, but it's fine. They can Embercleave as much as they like. Oh, they don't Embercleave. Well, alright then. Skargan Hellkite. Cool, 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 cool. And we got another Goblin. Perfect, 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 perfect. So let's go with Krenko first. Put Krenko down and tap the Krenko. Produce a lot of tokens. Let's get rid of one of these. Put the Chieftain down for maximum damage and go in with everything. GG opponent, and that's pretty much the video for today. And if I dare say so, this was probably the most fun and dynamic footage that I've recorded ever since I started this channel. If you don't like Mono Red, you should really give Goblins a try, because this just doesn't feel like Mono Red to me. Like yeah, you are playing aggro, but I don't know, Goblins feel like their own thing, don't they? And I feel similar about Rogue decks, and I've been playing Rogues in Modern for a long time. Unfortunately, Rogues have never really been top tier, and Goblins right now are, but I don't know, this just feels like I'm playing a Modern deck in Historic. There's no other way to say it. I absolutely love it. I wish it was something that were part of Pioneer, so Demo Inverter decks would not be as popular as they are right now, because if this was in Pioneer right now, I don't think those combo decks would even exist. Yeah, I will just stop talking there. I just had a lot of fun. I love this deck. I really love this deck. Anyways, for the challenge of the week for the content creator program, one of the challenges requires me to create a Brawl deck. If you have a specific Brawl commander you want me to play on this channel, please let me know down below. I would love it if you even put a list there, so I have something to import and to try out and play on the channel. So if you have a favorite commander, put a comment down below, and if you are watching and somebody already mentioned your commander, give it a thumbs up so that I know that that's one of the most requested commanders on this platform right now. Again, if you have not hit that subscribe button yet, please do so, since I am trying to get to 1000 subs. And with that said, that's all I have to say. Thank you so much for watching, and I had a lot of fun with Goblins, and let's do this again. Let's play this again. This is just fun. Let's play Goblins again sometime this week, and I will definitely play it on the stream when I'm online sometime. Which leads me to the next thing. If you are interested in following me on Twitch, I am planning to start streaming at least twice a week pretty soon, but I don't know the schedule yet, so if you have a certain time zone that you would prefer me to stream, let me know and I will try and fix my schedule to match up with the time zones that is convenient for the most people. So anyways, stay safe out there and see you tomorrow with the next Magic the Gathering video. Take care.